Hi, welcome to 45 TV. It's your host, Jude. We're gonna handle the political show. I'm here with Kosa, where we'll be delving into politics in Ghana today. We'll be looking at a host of issues. We'll be dissecting them. As Ghanaian youth, we want to see how best we can put our right foot forward. It's that time of the year again. The political climate is heightened. We're going to have political parties come up with all sort of mantras, slogans, all sort of songs, all sort of dance moves, in hopes to woo you. Yes, you, to vote for them. But is it about mantras? Is it about songs? Is it about slogans? They put up manifestos, and it's up to you to ask. These manifestos, are they feasible? These manifestos, how do they better the life of the ordinary Ghanaian? Today, I have Kosa with me to delve into all of these topics. But then, we're going to touch base on trending issues. We have a number of issues here to look at that will catch your eyes. And we want to hear from you in the comment section. Kosa, how you doing?
I'm doing very good.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Have you been following events in Ghana?
Yes, of course. You know, Ghana is where I come from, so I'm always listening to what's going on in there. You know what I'm saying?
You know what they say when it comes to politics, it's never a dull moment in Ghana.
Yeah, right.
We wake up in the morning and it's something else.
You already know.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I listen to a lot. I recently heard about this GRA guys,
Oh my goodness.
you know, the pay package
Dr.
that they give
Amishadai.
him and stuff like that.
Ghana is it's a religious country, right? And then before we talk about the GRA issue, the GRA boss. Now let's first, look at GRA. That's our revenue, the institution that takes care of our money, right?
Right.
So you expect that, if for nothing, right, these people should cross every I and dot. Sorry, should cross every T and dot every I, right?
Right.
But this GRA boss, who happens to, I learned, he happens to be a pastor, Dr. Amishadai. He was before the Public Accounts Committee, the highest mandated body in Ghana, that requires accountability of all its public institutions. Can you believe that as part of the inquiry, he was asked the most basic question ever, and the guy was fumbling.
For real?
He has become the talk of town. We all know our age, don't we?
Yeah, I
The
do.
gentleman was asked how old he is, and he had difficulty answering.
Maybe he doesn't want it to be publicized.
He's
or
a
something
public
like that.
servant, though.
Yeah.
He's a public servant.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? Let's look at what the Public Service Act says, right?
You know, it's
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to his age, but let's see. I think I have a theory why the guy struggled, right? Why the guy struggled to tell us his age, because eventually he ended up saying what his age is.
right.
So in Ghana, what we know is this: that there's a statutory requirement. Sorry, there's a statutory retirement age for persons employed in the public service, which is 60 years. However, right, there are some exceptions when you attain 60. The exceptions here is that a civil servant who has attained a compulsory retirement age may be appointed on a limited engagement for 2 years at a time not exceeding 5 years in total, where he or she has retired from the civil service on the attainment of the compulsory retirement age. That's one. must have been in active service in the capacity before attaining the compulsory retirement age. That's 2. And the third one is and that there must be nobody immediately available to occupy the position that he or she will be re-engaged on a contract basis to serve. Now, let's delve into the matter. Dr. Amishadai and the GRA. There's been a lot going on there with the GRA.
What do you mean? What do you mean by a lot going on?
We are trying to unpack this. So the GRA had a former board chairman, Professor Adair.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I know Professor Adair.
Yes. I don't know if you heard of the SML scandal that the president said he was going to appoint KPMG to investigate. You know, it has a lot to do with the GRA. And according to Professor Adair, with an interview he granted with CTFM,
Right.
he said that they were trying to impose this Dr. Amishadai, and he was against it at the time he was board chairman. So they fired the GRA boss. He resigned as chairman of the GRA. Now government has his way, and they bring in Dr. Amishadai. Then the scandal that the president so-called says he's going to investigate, right? You know, comes into fruition. So, you know, there is something fishy out there, right?
So you're saying that there's
Theory.
something
It's a
like
theory. We're still trying to unpack. We're still trying to unpack it. It's a theory. It's a theory. So there's a lot with Dr. Amishadai.
Yeah.
Now, let's look at Dr. Amishadai as a person before the Public Accounts Committee.
So he's a pastor from is it a Pentecostal pastor or
Well,
there's
I don't know his church. Dr. Amishadai. We can
for real?
we can always
Wait,
yes.
let me check it.
We can, well, whilst you check it, let me keep up with our investigative analysis. So, Dr. Amishadai, before the Public Accounts Committee, was asked the question about age because they wanted to know when he commenced his work, right, as the GRA chairman. Sorry, the GRA chief, right? It so happens that Dr. Amishadai has not even seen his own contract. You should see the Deputy Minister of Finance vociferously defending why Dr. Amishadai should not answer the question about age because in her words, it's not in the public interest of the people of Ghana for him to answer the question about age. She said what you said, that it's a personal thing to him. No public servant. You can check the public service act.
I don't think it's like he felt like it was personal. You know, Ghanaians. You know, when somebody asks you directly for your age, you tend to,
No, but as a public servant,
something
that information is supposed to be public knowledge because you're a public servant.
Well, his age will probably be publicized, but it's up to you to
But
find
I think
it out.
before the
But
Public
he
Accounts
won't
Committee,
say it by himself.
yeah, but before the Public Accounts Committee, he's supposed to tell us his age because the law requires that if he surpasses 60, he's supposed to be on a contract. Then the question is going to be, has he been issued a contract? Dr. Amishadai answered that question before the Public Accounts Committee. And you know his answer? A letter has been sent to the board. You know, he himself has not seen his appointment letter. And he's being paid, 2 years now in the role. That is why I'm saying accountability.
But my question is, he hasn't seen his appointment letter.
No.
And then, how did he assume the role though? Like,
perfect question. Excellent question.
Yeah.
If
you haven't seen it, then
you've not seen the letter.
You to take
you've not seen the letter.
Yeah.
You call yourself a GRA boss. You receive payment from the GRA. And not only that, you receive benefits covering your wife and your kids, medical benefits.
Bro,
But you've not,
where did you get your source from? Like, who told you that he like he didn't see his
that's
appointment?
what he
like that?
said. I'm
Like
not,
life?
yes, he said it on the Public Accounts Committee.
Yeah,
That is-
I haven't watched that interview
You,
yet. But
I'd invite you to watch it. You know, my source is from the GTV, GTV's documentaries, right? And also the Parliamentary Hansard. All of these it has been documented. It's all in it's all in black and white.
I see.
The chairman of the Public Account Committee said, "So you've not seen your contract?" And he considered and said, "Yes." He actually agreed.
Wow.
So he's been paid 2 years in a row. He's enjoying all these benefits, but he hasn't seen his appointment letter.
So
That begs
all
the question.
this info just came out from the fact that
Yes.
he got reassessed or something like that by the
Public accounts, yes. You know, no, but it begs the question of accountability, right? More often than not, politicians in Ghana or public servants, and for that matter, civil servants, sometimes take the general populace for granted.
Right.
And the issue of Dr. Amishadai is no exception, right? You know, we would say it's not true. We'll say all sorts of things about the Amishadai situation. But the point is, this is coming from the horse's own mouth. So how can you even dispute it, right? The GRA is supposed to be responsible for our taxes and revenue collection. If the boss of GRA himself doesn't have a legal letter mandating him to be there, then why is he even there in the first place? And why is the government of Ghana paying somebody who hasn't seen his letter? That's my question to you. What do you think about it?
I mean, you see, over here, how the CRA over here, like, you know, how they do the things. It's like they are part of your life, you know. Nobody that's over here, like all of us, we kind of have the CRA over here ingrained in our brain, like, you know what I'm saying, like everything you do, you know, like the CRA, oh, I gotta file taxes, you know, I'm gonna do this, but
For a second, for our viewers and listeners, the CRA is a Canada Revenue Agency.
yeah.
Yeah,
So we kind of, like, you know, have it at the back of our mind that, you know, everything we're doing, like, you know, even when you have a business, you want to pay tax, you have to pay taxes, you have to do this so that the CRAs won't be on your neck, and you know what I'm saying, like, you have that. But in Ghana, it's not like that at all. We don't even know we have GRA. I'm telling you, you know, no, not so many people. Even the graduates don't know. Most people don't about GRA. Like, yo, I'm telling you, like, we are not conscious that we have an institution like that. You get what I'm saying? Until, let's say, you start something, like, and then you go through the process of maybe acquiring permit for that, and then you get, oh, we have this institution in Ghana. We have this. So many people are not aware of the institutions we have in Ghana. Aside the government institution, like the main government institution,
I
like,
thought that's why we started the Ghana Card program, not under this government. I mean, under the previous government, we started the Ghana Card program to try to normalize and then get everybody, you know, become tax compliant. I'll be surprised if Ghanaians in general don't know about the Ghana Revenue Service.
I'm not saying they don't know. They do know, but the thing is, it's not like it's not part of GRA. Is not part of the lives of Ghanaians. It's not part of it. You get what I'm saying? Like, they should be able to, you know, when they say GRA or anything like taxing
Yeah.
or anything like that, the first thing that should come into your mind is GRA. Like, they are in
Yes,
charge
I
of
mean the
that and
name.
stuff.
Yeah, Jerry doesn't say the
But
name,
bro, when I
pay
was in
VAT
Ghana,
and
I
they
never heard anything like GRA.
True.
Aside school.
Yes.
When I was in school, we learned about this kind of stuff, and then
I see.
that
I
was
see
it.
your point.
But when you come into like the normal social stuff, bro, you're not gonna hear anybody talking about
it's
GRA.
Ghanaians don't readily
know what
pay
I'm saying?
taxes. They don't just go say, "Oh, it's the taxes."
We don't even know how to get taxes done in Ghana. Like,
True.
we don't even know how to do it. I'm telling you, like, fact.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a lot of tax avoidance going on in Ghana.
Yeah, but
that could also, excuse me, that could also be because of the improper structure of collecting taxes. Don't you think so? Don't you think that we don't have a proper structure that incentivizes, or let's say encourages or motivates people to pay their taxes?
because aside the fact that they are taking taxes, they don't want to pay returns too. Because when you take taxes, you have to pay.
Our
You have
laws,
to pay-
our laws are clear. Our laws do give tax returns, but they don't pay returns.
They don't pay returns,
Yes.
bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like, they want to focus on is take. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want Ghanaians to be aware of the fact that they can actually file for returns.
Yeah, but
so many
viewers need to
people
know that we as much as we are trying to understand the intricacies and the difficulties of the tax situation, we are not vying or veering. That's a word. We're not veering away from the issue of Dr. Amishadai. We'll come back to that. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So, what I was saying was, what was I saying? Yeah. So, Ghanaians are not aware. Most Ghanaians, unless those in businesses and those in corporate big corporations, and those who are informed because their friends are doing things that are related to taxes. and
But
stuff.
market women now pay taxes.
But this, they pay, but they don't know how to even file it. They don't know where to begin from. All they know is there's this guy coming to take taxes. For example, sa for normal market na yung beje.
Yeah.
Mame phone musika no cry. So when chia no more bo money
The tax.
I've forgotten the name, but they have a name for a very, very funny name, because they always come and then they're troubling the
It's
women.
not Tangas.
It sounds like that.
Yeah, is it the
Yeah.
Tangas?
Uh,
Town council. It's town council, but they say Tangas. Yes, it's town
So-
council, but they say Tangas.
they come over there.
It's not that, right?
Yeah. I think it is. It is Tankas. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. They have so many names
they
for
do
them.
have
though.
so many names,
They do have so many names for them.
Yeah.
Because you know what? These guys come, they take the money, and that's it. After the year ends, these guys should be supposed to come back and tell the woman, hey, we took this amount from you. You can file for returns or something like that.
Yes.
And this is how to do it. Or in the process of them taking the money, they should be teaching them how to file for return alongside taking the money. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it will educate the women so that they can also pay tax, because they know if they pay taxes and then at the end of the year and they file returns, they might get something. They're not gonna get everything, but at least something. You get what I'm saying? And then it will also help them to also work harder. You know what I'm saying? And then make some progress in their business, because they know. I'm sure that there are some exemptions and stuff like
There
that.
are exemptions. Yes.
What we have over here,
Yes.
like let's say you can write off your stuff, and you know what I'm saying, and then you don't have to pay that much.
Yeah, but in Ghana, the exemption is determined by the officer, the tax officer. Yes.
They don't have like a code or anything
No. So
it depends on some.
My little knowledge on taxation in Ghana is even the determination of how much you should pay in taxes is determined, or that power rests on the officer, assessing or going through your revenue for the year.
Oh.
Yes. That's why I personally think that our whole tax system is flawed. Even though
Yeah, for that you're right.
a lot of articles, a lot of research has been done about the tax loopholes. I'm saying the overall tax structure that we have in Ghana is flawed, and is flawed from the very basic. To address the issue of taxation of being ingrained in us from childhood, and it goes to the very heart of our tax system, right?
Yeah.
It's not taught.
Yeah. True.
And the habit of savings,
bro. It's not taught, bro. The money's not there. You don't have the money. What are you going to teach your children about? You don't have the money. You don't have the business. Nothing. It's just hustling. Hand to mouth. Hand to mouth. You don't pay tax, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah. But that is why the level of unemployment and then the level of poor development is very evident in Ghana. The little taxes that are being paid, or the little that has been collected, right, could do as much. And even with that, the number of corrupt and frivolous expenditures that goes on with that, makes it difficult for anything to be done, right? So how can policies, be made for an environment that would woo investors, right? Where is the revenue to create some sort of buffer, right, that can contain local investors, right? Our tax system is so poor, and we struggle with all of these things. So one is unable to create an employment that can last for the next, let's say, 50 to 70 years, or let's say even 100 years. All we have are mom and pop shops, and even with that, they're not being set up properly. Right? So when we talk about the money not in the pocket, and also we talk about there are no jobs, it all goes to our poor tax collection system. Right? But coming back to the Amishadai issue, Doctor, I think that if he's an honorable man, he should be stepping aside. Because for somebody to be working without a contract, and for him to be in a position of accountability,
I don't get it. Like, he should be stepping aside just
like
resign.
That. Yes, he should resign.
But who put him there?
The government put him there.
Yeah,
he was appointed by the president.
Somebody should be held accountable, because
my point is,
all of them,
the main actor should, in fact, it's just like it's just like the GFA situation. The Black Stars goes and poo their pants at AFCON. Guess what? They come back instead of the GFA president resigning. They try to kick the weakest person out.
I heard they're going for a demonstration or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. Fire for Fire guy is organizing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He will go his permit.
He did?
Yeah, bro.
Are they going for the demonstration to get Ket to resign, or what?
Something like that, bro.
Well, in Ghana, we know demonstrations. We've even had political
unless they just enter the guy's room and then they take everything. Bro. They put him outside.
I'm going to share a joke with you. So the last time the opposition went for a demonstration, and you know what government officials came to say? They are like, oh, it's okay, they should allow them, they are just keeping fit. It's keep fit exercise. So right now, demonstrations don't really even mean anything anymore.
The joke is too much, bro.
Yes, we take a lot for granted in our country.
Yeah.
Took a lot for granted in our country. Yeah. Anyway, our dear viewers and listeners, this is the maiden edition of the Political Show on 45 TV. Thank you for listening, and we wish and hope that every time we come your way, we are going to be impactful to you. Thank you, and have a good night.